All right, we're going to start off by saying
Barakatah Yahawaah, wa Barakatah Yahawashi, Barakatah Yahawaah, wa Barakatah Yahawashi, Barakatah Yahawaah, wa Barakatah Yahawashi.
Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Greatmillstone, or GMS, the men that rule well over our nation, which is the nation of Israel. And we want to say peace and blessings to the brothers that's doing this work in truth, sincerity, and in faith, okay? We back with part 2 of the lesson that we did on faith out of the book of 1Peter. We read through 1Peter 1 through 8, and we're gonna pick up where we left off on verse 9. So we can start back at 8, and then just start at 8 and then just go on through it.
Okay.
Come on.
All right. 1Peter chapter 1, verse 8. Whom having not seen, ye love, in whom, though now ye see him not, yet believing.
Right, because we don't see the Lord, he ain't on the block, where we can just see him. We don't just physically see him like that.
Right.
We feel the spirit.
Yeah.
The spirit, it deals with us,
Right.
But we don't just see him, that's where the faith come in.
We hadn't seen him in
Right.
this coordination at least.
Mm-hmm.
And we see him through the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? Like we read, I pictured Yahawashi. I mean, if you hadn't pictured Yahawashi in your mind reading these scriptures, man, then that ain't a good thing. So you should read these scriptures and have an image to everything you read,
Right. Come on.
All right.
Because
continue.
People think in pictures, But yeah, come on, bro. Go ahead.
All right. Ye rejoicing with joy unspeakable and full of glory.
Come on.
Receiving the end of your faith, even the salvation of your souls. And you got something?
Oh no, bro. Go ahead, Carl.
Okay, I'm gonna make a point on that.
Right, go ahead, bro.
The scripture reads, receiving the end of your faith, and that's what we're looking for. The end of our faith, where we don't have to apply Hebrews 11:1.
Right.
Meaning,
that's what I said.
oh, you got it?
I'll bring it out real quick. This is Hebrews 11:1. It says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
Right. And when Yahawashi, reveals himself, he comes back with the multitude of angels and the chariots, and we're going to see him, bro. It's going to be here, bro.
Right.
So it don't be no more, I'm hoping for, Yahawashi to return.
Right.
I got faith that he gonna come because we gonna actually see it. So we'll be receiving the end of our faith. And you got something else?
Nah, bro.
Okay. Even the salvation of your souls. So with us, being delivered, and it started. And that, I'm gonna say this, that proves reincarnation, man.
Come on.
Because, we believe, we are the men of the Lord, talking about all the potential elect that you see across the four corners of the earth that's pushing his word, man, in truth and in sincerity, Yeah. And they believe back then, and we have to be the men coming back, some of them.
Right.
Abu Rataza.
Come on. Because, who else is doing that?
Right.
The so-called Jews, that you don't see them prophesying and doing the works that you see the brothers out on the highways and byways doing.
Right.
So that exclude them right off the bat. And if you know anything about these scriptures, if you have any type of understanding, you know that these scriptures is only for Israel.
Right. It's going to the scriptures say in Romans 8:16 that the Spirit bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High.
Yep.
Just roughly paraphrasing, that was pretty much exactly what it said.
Yep.
All right, and continue.
Come.
Okay, good. This is 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 10. Of which salvation the prophets have inquired and searched diligently, who prophesied of the grace that should come unto you, searching what manner of time the Spirit of Mashiach, Yahawashi, which was in them, did signify, when it testified beforehand the sufferings of Yahawashi, Hamashiach, and the glory that should follow.
Come.
So, you want to speak on that, brother?
Nah, bro, go ahead.
So, the prophets prophesied about Yahawashi, you know. They prophesied that he was going to, you know, be crucified. You can read about that, Isaiah the 53rd chapter.
That's right, come.
You know, Isaiah 63 prophesied about he should not meet thee as a man, meaning he's going to come in full glory when he visit the planet Earth, you know.
Right.
And it's written. So that's the signification right there. The prophets writing the prophets, and like the 9th verse I had went into about reincarnation. The prophets wrote it, which are the same men that now they're the ones that wrote it, but now they understand what was being written.
Right.
Or what was wrote.
Come.
You know? So I continue. It says, verse 12, unto whom it was revealed that not unto themselves, check that out. Unto whom, meaning the prophets, that's
right.
The subject matter. Unto whom it was revealed that not unto themselves, meaning it wasn't revealed unto them.
Right.
Meaning understanding what they were writing down, you know?
Right.
It says, but unto us did they minister these things. So it wasn't, it says, unto whom it was revealed that not unto themselves, but unto us they did minister these things.
Right. Like you said, they didn't know. Yeah, I pulled up a precept in Daniel 12:9. It said, and he said, go thy way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed to the time of the end. So they didn't know then, you know. It had to be, the seals had to be loosed.
Right. I mean, ultimately they understood that the Messiah was to come, but you know, they didn't understand what they was writing. You know what I'm saying? So let's go back.
Okay.
Which are now reported unto you by them that have preached the gospel unto you with the Holy Spirit sent down from heaven, which things the angels desire to look into. You know?
Come on.
Want to speak on it, bro?
Yeah, me and the brother was talking about that before we started the video. The angels actually desire to go through what we going through, man. To have these emotions, to have these feelings,
right,
of the spirit like we do, man.
To be like, damn, it's here. This is the Messiah. He's here,
right? And
this is where it was written,
right?
That's what the prophets were seeking,
right?
You know, they were seeking that we know a Messiah is gonna come, but as they was writing, they couldn't formulate everything and have the feelings and emotions that, oh, okay, now is the time. Here it is right now. It happened unto the disciples and the apostles and the ones that they taught over 2,000 years ago, and we believe we are the men coming back, believing how we believed over 2,000 years ago.
Right.
You know? I continue. This is the 13th verse. It says, wherefore gird up the loins of your mind, be sober, and hope to the end for the grace that is to be brought unto you at the revelation of Yahawashi Mashiach.
Yep.
So going into that, you know, and you can intervene at any time, brother.
Come on.
We looking for the revealing of Yahawashi, meaning to actually see him, to drink the new wine with him.
Right.
You know, to be on a chariot, to dwell with our Lord and Savior, our big brother, Yahawashi. You know?
Yep.
And they say the scripture said the end of your grace. Hope to the end of your grace. Meaning, man, we hope to endure to the end so we can see Yahawashi, man.
Con.
And if you guys want to speak on it, go ahead.
I know that was it, but con.
Okay. The 14th verse. As obedient children,
right,
not fashioning yourselves according to the former lust in your ignorance, but as, stop me anytime, bro.
Con.
But as he which had called you is holy, so be ye holy in all manner of conversation.
Right. I just want to bring out a couple of precepts. This is 1 John 2, and I'm going to start at 15. This is 1 John 2 and 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but is of the world. And the world passes away, and the lust thereof. But he that doeth the will of Yahawah abideth forever. You know? Because it said, you know, not having that lust no more, man.
And I want to go back to the 12th verse just real quick. Because the prophets ultimately, they didn't understand what they were writing, but they did understand that a Messiah was coming.
Yeah, yep.
You know, they understood it and they looked for it, but it wasn't revealed unto them, you know, because they didn't see him come.
Right.
They didn't hear the testimony of, hey, he was crucified. He actually came and died, and he, you know, salvation is here now. You know, it happened unto the disciples, which became apostles, and the men that they taught, you know, which believed in Yahawashi, and then also women included.
Yep.
You know, just to kind of go back on that verse.
Yeah.
But jumping, what verse did I leave off on?
15.
Okay, 15. So it says, but as he which hath called you is holy, so be ye holy in all manner of conversation. So how you conducting yourself,
yep,
you know, as a believer, as one that has faith in Yahawashi on the earth, meaning not acting like the same dude that you used to be
in the world,
or that dude you used to be in the world, but a man of the Lord now that has faith in these scriptures, you know.
Come on.
So it's going to be two different actions, you know, two different behaviors that are going to take place, you know, when you believe. One is going to be the old man and how you used to act, and then the other is the new man that believes in Yahawashi.
Yep.
You know. So verse 16.
No, come on,
it reads, because it is written, be ye holy, for I am holy.
I got a precept with that too, because as it's like it say because it is written, and you know, for all those that say the Old Testament don't matter, where it's written is in the Old Testament, and I'm gonna bring out the precept to it. It's Leviticus 11 and 44. It says, "For I am Yahawah your power; ye shall therefore sanctify yourselves, and ye shall be holy, for I am holy. Neither shall ye defile yourselves with any manner of creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth."
So the Most High was saying, look, let's follow these laws, statutes, and commandments so you can
be closer unto him.
Right, closer unto him and be separate. Yeah, separated unto him.
From the con.
And it was going to be seen by the nations, by the way we behaved ourselves.
Right.
According to the law, statutes, and commandments, which we understand now is the driving force behind us doing these things is the faith. You know, we're not just keeping the commandments. We just to go through the motions. We keeping the commandments to show our faith.
Come on.
You know. So I continue. Verse 17. And if ye call on the Father, who without respect of persons judgeth according to every man's work, pass the time of your sojourning here in fear. He say, pass. So the time we here, the time that's passing while we here, before Yahawashi get here, do so in fear.
That's right.
Verse 18. For as much as ye know that ye were not redeemed with corruptible things as silver and gold, for your vain conversation received by tradition from your fathers. Read that again.
Come on.
For as much as ye know that ye were not redeemed with corruptible things as silver and gold, from your vain conversation received by the tradition from your fathers, but with the precious blood of Hamashiach, or Mashiach, as of a lamb without blemish and without spot.
Come on. Let me bring out a precept. This is St. Matthew 26 and 28. It says, for this is my blood of the New Testament, which is shed for many for the remission of sins. That link right up with that.
That's the redeeming.
Right.
You know, not with gold and silver, because, you know, in the ancient time, what would you do? They would bring, in that time, they would bring money to the temple, you know, to the paying tithes and bringing offerings to the temple. Not necessarily had to be, it could have been whatever. It could have been whatever, you know, bringing the tenth to the temple, you know, to get redemption,
right?
You know, of your sins. And then at that point in time, that was the actual, it's a vain tradition of your fathers, because that's what they were doing. I'm gonna bring this to the priest, and I go in there and do the sacrifice to redeem me of my transgression.
And that's why the Lord came, so that was done away with. He was the ultimate sacrifice that for the remission of sins of Israel, you know.
Okay, verse 20. Who verily was foreordained before the foundation of the world, that's talking about Yahawashi, but was manifest in these last times for you.
That's right.
Who by him do believe in the Most High. I mean, the only reason we believe in the Most High is through by Yahawashi. If it wasn't for Yahawashi, we wouldn't believe in the Most High Yahweh.
Right.
You know? That raised him from the dead and gave him glory, that your faith and hope might be in the Most High Yahweh.
Right.
Seeing ye have purified your souls in obeying the truth through the spirit of unfeigned love. Yeah. Now, real quick, I want to bring that out, but I'm going to read the whole verse and we'll come back to it. It says, I'll read it again. It says, seeing ye have purified your souls in obeying the truth through the spirit of unfeigned love of the brethren, see that ye love one another with a pure heart fervently. That verse is saying a lot, man.
Yeah,
That verse is saying a lot. Go ahead, bro.
Right at the beginning, it says, seeing ye have purified your souls. The word purify, when you purify something, you take out all the impurities you making it clean, you know. So the prior verses were saying you putting off the old man, that cat you used to be, that guy, you know. Yep. You putting that off. You're purifying your mind, man, with the word, because this word is what clean you up. Okay. It says, seeing ye have purified your souls in obeying the truth. What's the truth? The knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of this word, man, which is Yahawashi. You got that word?
I got the word. I want to add on to build on what you saying or brought out, is that it's saying that this is going to be everything that the brother brought out is going to be displayed and showed by how you love your brother, man.
Yeah, Yep.
And that's what the Yahawashi was stressing, that the earth shall know that you are my disciples by the way you show love one to another. And I'm roughly paraphrasing that.
What that scripture is say, I hang the laws on these laws.
On these two?
Yeah,
on the top of my head, I don't know where it's at, but if you want to look it up, bro, while I bring this out. Yeah, you can look it up. I'm gonna bring this this word, the word unfeigned. So we go back to the part of the verse where it says, well, I'm gonna read it. Let me read it. Seeing ye have purified or made clean your souls in obeying the truth through. So this is how you obey the truth.
Right.
Through the spirit, through the understanding, through the prophecy, the spirit of prophecy, unto unfeigned, and I want to get the word unfeigned, what that is, that's going into. So for the word unfeigned, I'm gonna let Esau pronounce this, because I'll mess it all up.
Strong's G 505, anupakritos. Anupakritos.
Okay, so that was G505, and it says, let me see. Okay, so unfeigned, it says without dissimulation, meaning being dissimulation, meaning like without being going to the word dissimulation real quick. Well, you know what? Because that's the better definition is let me go into the word dissimulation since I said it real quick.
Come on.
Okay. So bear with me for one quick second.
Come on.
Because I don't want to leave that thought
Yeah.
incomplete. Okay. And I'm gonna bring it. I'm gonna look it up on the etymology. .com. And it's important. That's, if you don't bring out the definition of these words, the meaning of these words, the etymology of these words, you really taking away from the value of the scriptures, you know.
Come on. That's why the apostles they pushed that so hard, man. You gotta know how you gonna get understanding. You gotta know what the words mean, man. That should be 101. That should just be off the top.
And it brings more life and understanding to the scriptures. Well, it brings more life and understanding to the scriptures. So this is the word dissimulation. Took me a while, but I finally got it. It says, okay, so it's a compound word. I get straight to it. It's from the Latin, dissimulatium, and it says it's a compound word from dis, which is completely, and similar, which is pretend. So to completely pretend. Check that out, bro. Now remember the second definition that it says to completely pretend. So without pretending, completely pretending to be a brother.
Right. Hey, in the Webster's, I looked up dissimulate. It says to hide under a false appearance.
See that? Now check the second definition out. It says without hypocrisy, without acting, because hypocrisy is being an actor.
Actor, con.
And it also said sincere. So, you know, that's beautiful, man. So without being completely fake, a fake ass hypocrite as far as your love towards your brother, you know. Unfeigned love, so it says, it says, through the Spirit unto unfeigned love. And I said without earlier. The scripture just reads with unto unfeigned love, or you can replace the word unfeigned with without hypocrisy, or completely pretending to love. Love of the brethren. See that ye love one another with a pure heart, fervently. Man, it's supposed to show, man. Brotherly love is supposed to show, man.
Right.
And we do over here in Greatmillstone, man. You know, lay down your life for your brother.
Right.
You know, don't, if you see your brother going off, you know, tell him something. You know.
Because if you care about him, you're going to say something. If you don't, then you ain't going to say shit.
Right. Because we know love is the keeping of the commandments. You know, that's what love is. So I continue. You got something?
Yeah, real quick. Okay, I found that precept. This is Matthew 23 and 36. It says, Master, which is the great commandment in the law? Yahawashi said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy power with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment, and the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets.
That's it. And that's not saying that that's it right there.
Right.
All you gotta do is hug your brother and fit. That ain't what it's talking about, you know. It's talking about the keeping of the law, statutes, and commandments. That's how you make sure your brother is not going off.
Right.
If you see him going off, you know. Having and those, you have charity, you have compassion. The scriptures talk about that towards your brother, and it's supposed to be fervent.
Yeah, right.
You know, you're supposed to be on fire about how you display your affection and love to your brother, man.
Be courteous, be a brother. That should be the first thing in your mind. You know, damn, let me see, you know, make sure this brother's okay. Hey, you all right?
Right.
You good? You all right over there? And it ain't got to be monetary. It can be, but it don't have to be. You could, shit, you know, anything, man. Just how you do for yourself, you do for your brother, man.
Right. Why? Because he believes in the same, his faith is the same as yours. Yeah, he's part of the body.
If you lifting weights, you just gonna work out with one arm? You gonna have one big right arm and your left gonna be scrawny? No, you gonna do for this arm like you do for that arm, man. That's part of the body. You gonna make sure that the body is right, man. You know?
So I continue. It says, being born again, not of corruptible seed, but of incorruptible, by the word of the Most High, which liveth and abideth forever.
That's right.
For all flesh is as grass, and all the glory of man as the flower of grass. The grass withereth, and the flower thereof falleth away. So that's talking.
It's just gonna pass.
Right. So that's that old man, that corruptible man. It's supposed to be like the grass and like the flower that passeth away.
Right.
That dies. You know, that withereth. But the word of Yahawaah endureth forever. You know? Mm-hmm. And this is the word which by the gospel is preached unto you.
Yep.
You know? So, being born again, not of corruptible seed, but of incorruptible, which the incorruptible is meaning you're one with YAHAWASHI, which endureth forever. The corruptible man, that old man, is gonna perish.
Right.
You know? And you know that's pretty much it. If you got some precepts, brother, you know, we can bring them up.
Oh no, that's it, bro.
And that's pretty much it. You know, I think, you know, we might have went over, and I won't really say we went over because we went according to the Spirit, you know. And this is a heavy chapter, man, and it's many chapters. We got to do this more often. Just go through a chapter and break it down, man. And this is a heavy chapter, man. So with that, you know, I hope this was a edifying lesson that brother was able to receive edification. You know, we want to give all praises and glory once again to Yahawaah, by Sham, Yahawashi. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Greatmillstone who taught us this truth.
Right.
You know, who rule well. Peace and blessing to all you atham across the four corners of the earth that are pushing His word in truth and in sincerity, who potentially are the elect.
That's right.
And shalom.
Shalom.